Hi, my name is Angie Meredith, and in this video, we're going to look at the materials for the Daily Math Fluency option for Save the Children's Math program. The materials we are reviewing today are from Hand to Mind, and they include the Daily Math Fluency kits and Daily Math Fluency centers. Let's take a closer look and explore how we can use these during the math block. Here's an example of the Daily Math Fluency kit. This particular kit is 4th grade. And these materials are going to be perfect to use during your math talk portion of the Save the Children's math program. So included in this kit is a Getting Started guide. And this Getting Started guide is your teacher guide, and it's going to explain to you all of the strategies and models that you'll be using for your particular grade level. It's also going to give you a nice refresher and explain, again, the number strings and math talks that you're going to be using. It's also going to include all the instructions that you need. Also included are 2 sets of number string cards. So you have a total of 120 number strings, and we're going to talk about number strings in just a few moments. But you have 120 total, so each deck has 60 number strings. These number strings are organized by strategy. So as you open up to the front cover, it's going to show you all of the strategies for your particular grade level and where you can find them in your number string cards. You've also got a Math Talks book. This Math Talks book includes 60 math talks for your particular grade level. And again, we'll talk about what a math talk is in just a few moments. Also included in each kit are demonstration manipulatives that you're going to be using to model your children's thinking. For 4th grade, I see these picture and dot cards for multiplication, and I also see some flex the table grid arrays. Also included in every grade level are anchor charts and any posters that you might need. So after you've completed your math talk, you're going to move into a hands-on activity. And for that particular activity, for that particular portion, we're going to use our Daily Math Fluency Centers kit. And again, this particular kit is 4th grade, but they're all set up the same way. As I look in this kit, I do find a teacher guide. This particular teacher guide is going to show you all of the activities for your grade level. It's going to show you what topic it's covering and any materials you might need for that particular activity. You also have a tent card. So you have a chart, flip chart, and in that, you can just flip to the particular activity that you're going to be doing with your children. All of the materials will be listed as well as clear directions. Also included in your kit are any manipulatives that you might need. So let's take a look at how these resources work. So here's a picture of what all the Daily Math Fluency kits look like. So I'm looking at K through 5, and all of our kits include number string cards. Remember that you have 2 decks of number string cards for a total of 120 number strings. You have a book that includes all of your math talks for a total of 60 math talks per grade level. You have a teacher's guide, and in this teacher guide, it's going to explain all of your strategies for your grade level, as well as any visual manipulatives you might be using to demonstrate your children's thinking. You also have demonstration manipulatives, and those are going to vary by grade level. You're also going to be having a storage tote where everything can be stored together. So how do we build fluency in our children? First of all, by building consistency daily as part of your math routine. You're also going to be focusing on that conceptual understanding and strategies. And you're going to be practicing daily for efficiency, accuracy, and flexibility. And of course, the best way to do that is by using number strings and math talks. These number strings and math talks have already been developed for you in the Daily Math Fluency program. It's a teacher-driven routine, and it takes about 10 minutes per day. Let's take a look at what a number string is. So as I'm looking at this card, I'm thinking about number strings as a series of related problems. So you'll see 5 problems that are related. They will focus on a particular strategy, a big idea, or a model, and they'll help your children construct mental strategies. So these number strings are written in an order that will systematically nudge your children towards an efficient strategy. You as the teacher will be modeling the children's thinking using demonstration manipulatives, and you're going to be teaching these appropriate strategies through repeated practice about 3 to 4 times per week. So let's experience a number string. For this particular number string, the topic is going to be using doubles. This is a first grade number string, and the demonstration manipulative that I'm going to be using is a reckon rec. And as a reminder, when we're looking at a reckon rec, the children are going to be reading the beads that are on the left-hand side. So I would flash this reckon rec in front of my children, and I would ask, how many beads did you see, and how did you see them? The response that I would want is I saw 2 on the top and 2 on the bottom, and 2 plus 2 equals 4. Then I would show them this reckon rec. How many beads do you see now, and how do you see them? I would hope that I would hear 2 plus 2 is 4 like we just did, but you've added 1 more. So 2 plus 2 is 4, plus 1 more is 5. For the third problem, I would flash this reckon rec. How many beads do you see now, and how do you see them? Hopefully the children will respond, I see 3 on the top and 3 on the bottom, and 3 plus 3 is 6. Now how many beads do you see, and how do you see them? Saw the 3 and the 3 again like you just did, plus 1 more. So 3 plus 3 is 6, plus 1 more is 7. For the final one, now how many beads do you see, and how do you see them? So I would hope that they're applying that double strategy and they see 5 plus 5 minus 1, or they see 4 plus 4 plus 1 more. So 4 plus 4 is 8, plus 1 more is 9. Now here's the card, the number string card that goes along with the number string we just did. And on this card, I see the target strategy shown at the top. Along the left-hand side, I see the problem and how I would pose the problem to the children. In the middle section, I see what I should say to the children while presenting that problem and what the children might say to explain their thinking. On the far right, I see the example of how to model the children's strategy and equations the teacher might write. Now we did using doubles as our strategy with our first grade children using a reckon rec. But there are also other number strings in your kit that use doubles using a different model. So I might use dot cards, or I might use 10 frame cards, but all of those are using doubles. I also mentioned math talks. Math talks are presenting one problem at a time. And what I want is for my children to practice already learned strategies. I want my children to share and compare their strategies, and I want to promote some discourse during this time. So let's look at what a math talk might consist of. This is a second grade math talk. So I would present the problem. What is 73 minus 19? I would give children a chance to think mentally how they would solve that problem. In my math talk book, it shows some of the most popular strategies that children might use in order to solve that problem. They might use a strategy that's over and adjust. They might think about 19 as 20 and 73 minus 20 is 53. And because I subtracted one too many, I need to add that back on. And I can model children's thinking using my 120 bead reckon rec. They might use a strategy that's called keep the same distance. So they may change both of those numbers, 73 and 19. They may add one to each one of those. And when we've learned this strategy, we know that when we keep the same distance between the two numbers, our solution will be the same. So I could add one to the 73 and make it 74, add one to the 19 and make it 20. So I now have 74 minus 20, which is a much easier problem for me to solve. Or I might count back. I might remove to a friendly number. And I could model that for my children on a number line. At the bottom of every Math Talks page are teacher notes. And these include all of the directions that you need for the math talk, as well as some facilitating questions for you. So should we do a math talk or should we do a number string? So a suggestion would be to start and end each week with a math talk to gauge where the students are working, and use number strings the other days to guide their understanding towards a particular strategy that they need to work on. So you have twice as many number strings. You'll be doing number strings more often than math talks. You want to build those students' strategies using the number strings and then have them apply those strategies with your math talks. When you're ready to move to the hands-on portion of your time, you're going to be using the Daily Math Fluency Centers. So Daily Math Fluency is teacher-led, but you also have this ready-made center kit, and it's going to offer your students, your children, that opportunity to practice and apply those strategies that they've been learning. And in every kit, you'll see a teacher's guide. You'll see a flip chart with the activities, and you'll have all of the manipulatives that you and your children need to do these particular hands-on activities. So each of the Math Center kits have 40 activity centers, and they use the same skills, strategies, and models as you were doing with the Daily Math Fluency program. In each kit, you'll have 10 to 12 manipulatives per grade level and a 16-page teacher guide. So here's a peek inside of the teacher guide. It shows you all of the activities, the activity name, the topic that it's going to be covering, what materials you'll need, and if you need a Blackline master. So you'll want to choose an activity that has a lesson that correlates with that math talk or number string that you have been practicing so that you can build on that skill. Here's what the activity center cards look like. You'll notice that the materials are very clearly listed on the left and very clear directions on the right. Also notice at the bottom of the card, you've got a writing prompt. Now, these activities can be repeated for more than one day because you're generating different numbers with each time that you do it. So these games and activities can be done over and over again. I want to thank you for your time today and give you your contact information. Your educational sales consultant is Michelle Larson, and her contact information is listed here. Thank you so much for your time.